Hi everyone, welcome to this week's question and answer video. My name is David. This channel is Damar's Coaching, and I do this weekly question and answer video every Monday. I'm answering your guys' questions from the last video last Monday, and I encourage all of you, please go down below into the comment section, ask a question. I'll answer it next Monday. I'm always answering the questions and only answering the questions from the last question and answer video that I did last Monday. So make sure that when you ask questions on the Q&As, it's always the most recent one. If I miss your question, please ask me again. I try to make sure that I don't miss anyone's questions. If I miss, I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. Sometimes they are removed by YouTube. So please ask me again. Thank you very much. So all I ask from you guys is please tell us your locations. Drop in, say hi, let us know where you are. You can be general. If you're worried about somebody else knowing where you are, use hemisphere, continent, country, something like that, okay? I just really appreciate that. I know a lot of other people like that too. I also started a petition. If you haven't supported the petition already, signed it, please consider doing so. It's right down in the comment section. It'll also be down in the description box. It's Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. #1 cause of young people taking their lives. It is bad and it's getting horribly worse. If you don't believe that you have been a victim yet, please sign the petition for people who are being victimized by this. I really appreciate you. It's global, worldwide, everyone. You just sign it. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to answer anything. None of that. You can opt out. If there's even emails, you can opt out of that. I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get into the questions. And the first one is from the Healing Family from California. Hello. Thank you for always answering my questions and help me understand. Best online coach here. Thank you. Dang, you nailed it. Spot on when you added that the borderlines even walk in front of you and never walk next to you. That happened all the time. I just didn't add to my comment last week when I mentioned he always disappeared when we parked. This was all the time. Do they even realize they are walking in front of us, or do they do it on purpose? Regarding the last question you got on your last Q&A, or I'll get to that in a second. So, yeah, we talked about last week how they'll walk in front of you in public. Yeah, kind of like a kid does. Also understand that I think part of this is disdain, hatred, don't like you. And I'm sorry to say that. These people don't like many people, and they eventually hate everyone. Eventually. You get close enough to one and they're going to hate you. Someone toxic like this, like you've described over the past several weeks. So I think it's a part of that, right? I think it's a part of a child seeking freedom and independence, because they are so dependent and reliant on you. Think about like that, right? We have children, we have parents that we're so dependent on and reliant on. It's fun to just run away from them. Remember being teenagers and it was so uncool to be seen with your parents? I think there's an element of that too, to it. I do. You have another question here. Regarding the last question you got on your last Q&A, awesome way as always to respond to these negative people. Once again, I'm religious. It's not about religion, but about a relationship. That was extreme and creepy. You're an awesome human being, David. Way to go to respond in such a positive way. We need more people like you in the world. Thank you. That's very, very sweet of you. And I want to clarify, I'm not against religion. It doesn't matter what religion that you're saying on my videos. It's about the content. And when I have people that want to call us demons and say that people are going to hell and stuff like this, I'm not going to allow it on my channel. It's gross. It's extreme. And I try to, instead of just, I'm not trying to fight or argue with anybody about this. I'm just saying that if you're going to be that extreme, it's depression. You're just pulling yourself further and further away from society. And in society, we are agreeable, and we are accepting, and we're forgiving. And I don't care what religion anybody has. I don't care. You just can't come on here and tell me that we're demons and we're going to hell and stuff like that. That's not going to work here at all. I don't care if a Satanist is on my channel. Go ahead. But if you start saying that we're all going to go to hell, and so then you can't be on here either. It's pretty simple. This is supposed to be a safe place where people can feel like comfortable sharing personal things and stuff like this, and kind of have a somewhat of, feel like we have a somewhat of a social group here, a little bit of a network that we can rely on and count on and feel safe. So I'm just not going to do that. But thank you. And Ali, thank you for the education today. I appreciate it, and everyone who shared. Thank you, Ali. I really appreciate you very much. Thank you. Waterbabe759. Don't know where you're from. Let us know next time. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. Like your delivery. Handsome, intelligent, empathic. Sorry. I like the humor you bring in such a traumatic situation. I have learned a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you for telling me that. I try to add a little humor, right? This is such a complex situation that we are in, and the experiences we're having. Still have to be able to smile and laugh, huh? Thank you. Bio-shocking in South Carolina. Hello. I was placed in between two toxic people in the workplace, a female boss putting me on a pedestal and love bombing me, and a male coworker jealous of the attention I was getting from said boss and other girls in the job. Can it make you feel crazy? Sure. If that's how you're feeling, then yes, it can. This boss would always put me on a pedestal and I could do no wrong. And this coworker would always try to find something to criticize me about and tear me down. Pretty insecure coworker you got there. And then your boss, talk about boundaries. I mean, my God, let's try to be a little professional. I began the job with great enthusiasm and confidence, and I've always been a very happy, hardworking person. But after the two of them, it really dampened my mood. As said in my other comment, this female boss really sexualized the workplace, and I think she has HPD, and the male coworker was just an overall miserable, unhappy person that tried to make me unhappy. Yeah, highly insecure. He gets envious of people because he can't seem to do things for himself, accomplish things, and have success in his own life. But yeah, of course I can make you feel crazy. Crazy making behavior, right? Crazy making behavior where I act all crazy and blame you. And then I act all nice, and then I act all crazy, and then I act all, angry, and then I act, that's crazy making behavior, isn't it? Gaslighting you and telling you things are this way, but they aren't, and what you see in your reality is not real. I think unstable behaviors can be so crazy making. Yeah, for sure. Daryl from Vancouver. Hi, Daryl. I've been doing much better since I ended the relationship with my ex-fiance from her cheating and her ex that says that she's now with. Good. But as of late, I seem to relapse hard, and I have no idea why. I'm constantly ruminating and having dreams, and I don't know the trigger. Maybe because of something inside me that has not yet been accepted. I accept that I was a rebound and that she wasn't over her ex, and from her traumatic upbringing and massive amounts of borderline traits, she had an impulse to do what she did. I understand so much what and why it happened, but is it that I have not accepted it yet? I feel it's like almost an obsession. I'm not used to these emotions, and my logic and awareness knows I'm better off without her, but I feel her loss still. I feel lied to and very angry lately. You have helped me so much through... You've helped me so much through our conversations, and sometimes I feel it redundant to ask the questions I do because I know the answers. Maybe I'm just looking for affirmation that I made the right choice of cutting off my ex. Her begging and crying still haunts me to this day, and I have cognitive dissonance from her most loving moments to the moment I found out everything at the end. And I saw her almost like a stranger, almost even as a malefactor of sorts that has hurt me more than anyone, and her only reason for being in my life was wanting to cause me harm. Any insight on what I may be going through would be invaluable, and any tips on how to stop these invading thoughts. There's many elements to healing from something like this. The two biggest ones are, think of all the emotions that came up in this relationship that you never expressed to this person, or you expressed it and they shot it down and didn't validate it. We may have all these emotions inside. Emotions like an onion. We can peel off layer after layer after layer, and we could have hundreds of different things that our body's doing. The other part is to make sense of what happened in our brain, to understand it. But we're grieving, and grieving can take a while. But when relationships occur like this, when we have relationships like this, so toxic and traumatic, grieving can take much, much longer. Try writing and keep talking. Keep talking and express these emotions that you weren't able to express. Write them down. But when you feel angry, say, I'm angry. Yell it if you have to, as long as nobody hears it, not around anyone else. And when you feel sad, cry. And tell yourself it's going to be okay. Talk to yourself. There's something in the beginning, I can't remember, that you said. Don't be hard on yourself. So many of us, we do something or something's done to us where we feel just right back where we were in the beginning. We feel so bad. We feel like we're going backwards, and it's not. We're just unstable right now. And we have really good times, maybe. Hopefully we're getting those good moments, and we're having really down times still. You know, in the beginning it's like this, and hopefully it mellows out a little more. But you're not gone backwards. You haven't relapsed or anything. Just forgive yourself, okay? I think the important thing is what have you done to heal and recover from this exactly? What have you been doing? If you're talking to someone, have they made suggestions, and have you taken those suggestions? Have you decided to keep talking to someone? You said you have, so maybe you need to again. Okay? It's obviously emotionally significant because you have emotions still to this. So there's still healing required. It's said that maybe after 2 months that we don't feel better from a relationship, it might be PTSD. So there might be something more serious that you need to heal from. You also mentioned obsession, obsessive thoughts. So when we come out of these relationships, we've lost someone, okay? And it's significant. It doesn't matter if you hate them now or if they lied to you the whole time. We lost this person, and we have a void in our life, and we have to fill this void with something else. What can you fill this void with? You were committed in this relationship. It took up space and time. Now it's gone. We have all this space and time because we were in a codependent relationship, so we're with them all the time and talked to them all the time and thought about them all the time. So what are you going to replace that with? And start understanding that obsession with something means that there's something in our life not there. It's unmanageable. It's not fruitful. Maybe we don't have many other friends or anything right now, and we'll obsess more. So start thinking about what you're doing in your life. Replace the loss with maybe an interest and pursue this interest. And when life becomes more interesting and exciting, you'll obsess less. Okay? I hope that's some good suggestions for you and everybody else that's in a similar place. Thank you, Daryl. Keep asking questions. Jess Dress. I don't know where you're from. Please let us know next time. Your location. Hi, David. Have you ever referenced characters from shows or movies that you thought best portrayed the cluster B personality disorders? I have. I'm curious if you have some characters in mind. You do an excellent job in describing the different personality disorders and giving real world examples. Sometimes when I'm discussing a set of traits with someone, I wish I had a good character reference that exemplifies those traits. Look at the big 5 personality traits. That's huge. I did a video on that a couple months ago, 3 months ago, about the big 5 personality traits and talked about borderlines and narcissists with them. Yeah, I do. And it's funny, I can't really think of many characters from TVs and movies. I think one obvious one is Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. Total borderline. And I know all the borderlines watching this are going to say, no, she's not. I don't do any of that. That's getting real old, by the way. That's getting super, super old. For borderlines to watch my videos and say, I'm diagnosed borderline, but my life is perfect. Okay. Yeah, I have great relationships and a great marriage and just perfect friends. And I've had a job for 20 years and I've had so many promotions and just my life is just going wonderful for me. But you have borderline. Okay. And so therefore you are the rule, not even the exception. Yeah, you have borderline, but you don't have any of the 9 traits. I got it. Makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense. Yeah. I wonder why anyone diagnosed you with borderline. Except that you're sitting here baiting me on my videos. Yeah, I can't think of why anyone would diagnose you with borderline. But yeah, Glenn Close, borderline in Fatal Attraction. Not psychopath. No, psychopaths don't do that. They wouldn't care. They'd walk away and forget about you. Or if you did something wrong to them, they'll hurt you. Yeah, maybe some revenge. But yeah, not narcissist, not histrionic, borderline. Absolute borderline psychotic breakdowns and meltdowns. Total obsession, no life, fear of abandonment, hurt other people, hurt themselves, sabotage things. I mean, just to a T. To a T. Any of you guys want to come out and say, hey, this character might be this character might be that, do it. I think that's fun. We're talking characters, so we're not attacking people necessarily. What could even be more fun is like politicians, being that Washington, D.C. is the highest concentration of psychopaths in the world. So some of your favorite senators and representatives, if you're political, that you like to watch on TV, yeah, they might be psychopath. Yeah. So if you want to name some of those, that would be fun. Because I could tell you several that are pretty... Thanks, Jess. Let us know who you are. Malcolm Q. Carson from Pennsylvania. Hi, Malcolm. I've been watching your videos for the past few months because they have been helping me get the closure I needed after going no contact with a close friend. Good. Thank you. My question is kind of long, but if you read it and answer it, I'd be extremely grateful. You got it. To give context, the friend I mentioned above got a diagnosis of sociopathy from a psych evaluation I attended with them. They were able to excuse their most abusive behavior by claiming they went into trances and that's what they do. That's what sociopaths do. And people that do that are sociopathic. To sit there and rationalize every bad behavior you've ever, I've screwed everyone over, but really good reasons. Okay. And then the psychopath will stick to a lie no matter what. Right? No matter what. They claim they went into trances and have no memory of what happened. These trances seem as if they are in a catatonic state. They use this as an excuse when threatening people with extreme violence, murder. Is there truth to these trances being real, or is it typically just a lie to avoid accountability? Great question. Great question. Looks like you had a little bit more at the end. Thanks again, David, for posting these videos. They have been very helpful to me I'm sorry I cut the rest off, and you're welcome. Thank you for thanking me. This is an excellent question because we have borderline saying, oh, I have bad memory. Oh, I dissociate. Oh, I go into another personality, DID, multiple personality, right? And so therefore, it's not me. Yeah. I'm not responsible for anything I do because it's my mental illness. Doesn't work. No, I don't care. I do not care what your reason is for mistreating people. I don't care. Everyone's got one. Even I don't know. Great. The cool thing is, and I think most of you can agree with me, and you can relate to this, I don't have or need excuses or reasons to hurt people. None. I just don't mistreat people at all, ever, at all. So conscious and aware that I don't step on your toes, ever. That I don't, hurt your feelings, stuff like this. Yeah, I try, never. So they always have reasons, and I don't care what they are. How about that? I don't care. I don't care if you can't remember. I don't care if you're too drunk. I don't care if you're in a different personality. I don't care if somebody freaked you out and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I don't care. Guess when you know who someone really is? Crisis. Stress. Yeah. How about this latest world, global, whatever, that came around the world and killed a bunch of people, right? A few years ago. How many friends did you lose? How many family members did you lose? Yeah. Finally got to know who they really are. So people that act like this because of stress, well, then that's who you are. It's not an excuse because of stress. Because what's life? Peaches and cream all day long? Da-da-da-da. Everything's perfect. Everything's great. No stress. But if there is, watch out. You'll hurt me. I don't care. I call bullshit. And even if you can't remember, okay, bye. Control it. Do something about it. You're dangerous. Sorry. How about this? I'm not going to hang around someone or have someone in my life that's dangerous just because they don't remember. How about that? I'm not going to have someone in my life that's dangerous when they're drunk, but they can't remember because they're drunk, so it's okay. No. No. Sucks for you, right? You black out, you do this, you do that, and you hurt and mistreat me, so I can't be around you. Oh, you can't remember when you're doing it? You're not, it's someone else inside you, you're possessed? Oh, sucks for you. Sucks. Not for me, though. Doesn't suck for me. Bye. I'm sorry. You mistreat me. Yeah. I know. I hear you. Yeah. You don't see very well, so you didn't know that you're hitting me. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. You had a bad day. Yeah, you got fired. Yeah, I know. God, it sucks. It's called fucking life. And blaming yourself doesn't work. It's one thing you blame others. I had a bad day. I lost my dog, my car, my job, my heart. Okay. But no, it's just me. It's just something in me. Sorry, can't control it. Cool? Ready to go out? Hang out? I think I proved my point. I don't care. I don't care what any reasons are why people mistreat others. I don't care. Don't even need to hear it. Victoria from the Bay Area. Hi, Victoria. I knew it would be a big mistake going around my family, but I did it. And now I'm paying the price. How do I tell my therapist my head is in a very dark place without her having me committed? I want to tell her so bad. Really scared, David. I'm more scared of staying in this darkness I'm creating in my head. I honestly don't trust myself anymore. I'm so sorry, Victoria. I'm so sorry. If people mistreated you, it's not your fault. We just have to get away from people mistreating us so often. No, Victoria. I understand maybe you don't trust your judgment. If people keep hurting you, they're going to keep hurting you. And that's what we have to say. Okay? When people show us who they are, we just accept it. We choose our own family, Victoria. You're not stuck with this family. And if you have some bad past that upsets you and hurts you and stuff like this, go heal from that. But it looks like you're not going to heal from that with them. Yeah? If you feel like you made a mistake, forgive yourself. Now, your question about a therapist. Now, I'm not going to tell you what your therapist will do. But I'm very knowledgeable in how therapists handle things like this. So realize that we have thought, and then we have feeling, and then we have action. Okay? So me thinking I'm going to kill someone isn't wrong. It's not illegal. It's not toxic. It's just thoughts. It's coming from your brain that you don't generate. You don't do this. Your brain kind of thinks alone. It's not our true self. It's kind of trying to protect you. Imagine all the other crazy thoughts you've had, Victoria. Imagine the weird thoughts you had in adolescence. Things like this. Okay, they're just thoughts. It's not us. A therapist is not supposed to react to thoughts. Then we have feelings. Now I feel like hurting someone or myself. Okay, that gets a little more serious. Still, I don't believe that requires a therapist to contact and have you committed. Action. Either you do it or you say, I'm going to do it. Do you see that? Now that starts to get serious. Saying my head is in a dark place is no reason for any therapist to get very concerned or reach out to authorities or have you committed. That's ridiculous. If your therapist has told you that they will do something like this, then go see another therapist. Okay? There's a problem if you don't feel comfortable telling your therapist the truth. There's already a problem. What do you think that problem is, Victoria? Is it you that doesn't like to be vulnerable and you kind of keep things inside and don't let people know all the way and stuff? Is that the problem? Or is it that there's something about your therapist that makes you not want to be honest, that scares you? In that case, maybe you need another therapist, Victoria. But I try to live by therapist standards, work by therapist standards. I try to hold myself to the highest standards possible. And people telling me I feel like this or I think like this is not alarming, because we all have. We've all wanted to hurt someone. We probably all at one point felt maybe or thought about hurting ourselves, or we don't know what else to do. That's the only option, stuff like this. Okay, it takes a lot to go from thought, feeling, and action, unless you're borderline or narcissistic. There might even be a thought. I'm really sorry. Talk to someone, Victoria. Tell somebody this. Start taking better care of yourself and understand what's causing this so you can stop it. Your family's causing this and you can't control them. If you want some help on how to approach these people, if you want to try to keep having relationships with them, then get that help that you need, Victoria, if you're not able to do this on your own. Coming from a toxic family like this means that you never were taught, at least, how to navigate this. If I could simplify it, it's mom, dad, brother, sister. I feel like this. These are my feelings you guys are causing me to have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. Because 20 is better than 10. 10 is better than 5. 2 is better than 1. Right? If I tell you how I feel, if I start telling you more feelings, describing it, what it's doing to my body, that's it. If they don't respond and they don't care and they blame you and they don't want to make you feel better, that relationship is over, Victoria. And it's not something that you've decided. It's over. We can stay in relationships that are over. We did, didn't we, for a long time. So it's up to you to stay in it or not. But if they're not going to help you feel better, this relationship is over. You can also, and you should, have some terms. Why don't you write down some things they're never allowed to do to you? Some things that you cannot accept anymore, and tell them. And if they don't agree, it's over. It's over. If you want to try this, Victoria, so that you know that you've given your all. But you aren't stuck with these family members that mistreat you. And you have to know that. And some people are telling me, yes, you are. Family, blood's thick. That's you. Okay? That's fine if you want to live like that. If you want to take care of family members that abused you your entire childhood, and you want to sacrifice and you want to compromise and neglect yourself to do so, go ahead. I'm not here to stop you. I don't care. Waste your life for someone else. I don't give a shit. But don't come on here and say that everyone else needs to do that too, because I know it's not working for you and it doesn't work for anyone else. We don't stay in relationships that feel bad, that we're being mistreated and having our needs not met. They won't follow our terms. Consider talking to someone, Victoria. Somebody else can help you with this, okay? I'm really sorry. But try to understand what feels bad and what feels better. Talking to them feels bad. They mistreat you. Staying away from them starts to feel better, okay? Try to simplify it as much as you can. I'm sorry, Victoria. Thank you. And you have another question here from Victoria. How do you get out of a toxic relationship with a neighbor? I tried this once before with another neighbor, and she tried to run me down with her car. Do you have any advice? Toxic people can be very dangerous. It's a tough one with neighbors, man. Be very, very careful getting close to your neighbors, which sucks because I absolutely love the idea, because that's all it is right now anymore, but like the 50s American neighborhood. I just love that. I love how the grocery store's down the street so everyone walks. The mailman delivers still, and the milkman, back then we didn't have much better refrigeration and stuff, so milkman would deliver milk. All the neighbors, everyone would be outside in the front of the house, not in the back. We hang out in the front. You have porches, and everyone knew everyone and talked to everybody and all that. I love that. I love it. Unfortunately, it's not like that today. I think mental illness is way worse too. Because once you get to know your neighbor and that doesn't work out and you say goodbye, they're still right next to you. Yeah, that's why I don't recommend being friends with coworkers. Don't do it. Go to work to make money. So neighbors are, hi, yeah, cup of milk, some sugar, flour, things like that, every now and then, great. Just be really careful, man. Because once that relationship goes sour, there's a whole TV show, I can't remember what it's called, but wow, I watched an episode or two of it, and it was just, it's all about neighbors fighting. Oh, God. Oh, they'll kill each other. Literally, they'll kill each other. I just watched a show where this neighbor killed his neighbors over a land dispute. Over the property lines, here, not here. No, it's here. No, it's not here. Bam. Gone. Well, great. You don't have to worry about your property line anymore, because now you have this much room for the rest of your life. I'm sorry. How do you get out of it? Well, naturally, we tell people the truth. We tell them why I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Okay? And that's the end of it. Goodbye. You might want to be a little bit more careful in your approach with a neighbor. Start learning how to gray rock. So stop telling them anything. Stop being available. Be polite and nice and wave, because that's who you are. And when they want to hang out with you, just say, oh, no, I can't. Don't give a bunch of excuses and reasons. Say, oh, no, not right now. And if you can use the word, because I said I can't. No, I don't want to do that right now. I'm doing something else. Start saying I don't want to. And that sinks in, right? Because when we tell someone we can't, what's your immediate reaction? Well, let's see. I'll try to work around that. You can't now? How about tomorrow? Tonight? No, you can't because you have a friend. Okay, well, how about when your friend leaves? Oh, you can't because your hands are tied? I'll come over and help you with this, and then you can do this. You know what I mean? Just say, no, I don't really want to right now. Works a lot better. It sinks right in. They go, oh, they don't want to. And you just be super nice. Because everything else is avoid it, right? Just avoid them. Oh, yeah. My favorite way to avoid people, where are they? This is my favorite way to avoid people, man. I go in public. I don't want to talk to anybody, right? I won't even have them on. I don't care. I won't even have them on. Somebody says something to me, it looks weird. Somebody asks me to borrow money. Rock your head. It's great. Yeah. Maybe you get a pair of these so you can go from your car to your door if you don't park in your garage, or maybe you start parking in your garage for a while. It sucks. It sucks. Yeah. Yeah, you made an enemy. You live right next door to your enemy now. That's good. Keep your enemies closer, huh? Learn. Learn, Victoria. Learn. It's called false trust. It's like the second we meet them or before we even meet them. There's things that are false trust, like a uniform, right? We tend to trust people. Not all of us might trust someone in a uniform more, like a preacher, right? Preacher with the collar, or you're a military officer with stripes, right? The officer uniform, all white, navy. Huh? Oh God, yeah, trustworthy. Oh, police officer, trustworthy. Yeah, a lawyer. Just kidding. A doctor. Yeah. False trust. My neighbor, I can trust them. Why? 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 Oh, they wave. They borrowed something from me and then gave it back. Well, shit. Give them the keys. Stop telling people shit. That's my last video I just made the other day. Stop telling people things. That's one way to avoid all this. Ah, yes. Oh, where are you from? Over there. What do you do for a living? Retail. Just stop. Stop. It'd be great. It'd be like, I always want more friends, but the realistic point of it is that friends and girlfriends and boyfriends and all of this, they take up space and time. I only have so much space and time. Do you want a new friend? Do you have the space and time for a new friend? Well, then stop being so friendly to your neighbors. Okay? And apply the same standards. Before they're allowed in your life, they have to value all the same morals you value. And it doesn't matter if they live next to you. That doesn't mean that they value the same, meet your standards. No. How do I get out of a toxic relationship with a neighbor? Stop talking to them. Don't answer their phone calls. Don't answer the door. It's not being dishonest. Do you see that? Just don't want to answer my door. And stop saying, I can't hang out with you. Start saying, no, I don't want to right now. I don't want to right now. I'm doing stuff for a while. I'm doing something else. That's not lying, right? I'm breathing. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Tell them that. Just, I'm doing something else. Don't say, maybe later. Don't say that. Don't do that. Good luck. Learn from this, Victoria. Learn. Victoria has another question. Wow, you got 3. What do you think of this theory? If all of your family walked away, maybe it's not them, maybe it's me. It feels like I'm screaming and nobody hears me. They actually enjoy watching me fall apart, at least in my mind. I know that theory. You point fingers at everybody else, it might be you, right? And we have to consider that. The problem with people that are in our life and don't tell us and walk away, which is the nastiest thing you could do, is like ghost people and not tell them and no closure. That's awful things to do. And that's all we can go with, Victoria, right? They didn't tell you. Something you did is why they don't want to talk to you, right? So you didn't do anything. Nothing that comes to mind, right? If you're really, really worried about it, talk to a professional, tell them everything, see what they think. But all we know, right, is that they just, they make you feel like they enjoy watching you fall apart. They all walk away from you and not tell you why. That's not right. That's toxic. We give people closure. We tell them why. We don't make people feel like they enjoy watching you fall apart. It doesn't mean that they're guilty of it just because you feel like it. But all we know and all I hear and see is that your family's not very nice to you, Victoria. I mean, you've been on here. I'm not claiming I know you, but you've been on here for a long time. And you're always so polite and so considerate and nice. I can't imagine you being extremely different than that at home with your family. In these kinds of relationships, we doubt ourselves. Oh my God, is it me? Because they don't talk. They don't communicate. They're not honest. They don't have integrity. They don't have respect. And they're not even self-aware and can look at themselves and take accountability. So it's like, oh, it must be us. Because they tell you how bad you suck. And they always say, no, it's not me. It's you. I didn't do that. No, you did. And that stuff sinks in after a while. I think you should talk to someone, Victoria. If you're not, I'm sorry if you are. Oh yeah, you are. You're talking to a therapist. You're scared to tell them your head's in a dark place. Jesus Christ, then go find another therapist. Because we got to talk about this. We got to get this out. Yeah. And then we got to learn from this. And if you want to make this relationship work, then you give it your all. And if it doesn't work, that's it. It doesn't work. And again, then we're faced with, do I keep toxic family in my life forever? Because there's some people out there that says I have to. No. You know. Awful. I'm sorry, Victoria. I hope that you feel better soon, and I hope you get away from your toxic family. Why don't you write them a letter and just tell them all the truth? Be respectful, right? Be respectful, have integrity, and be very honest. And see how they react to that, okay? That's it, guys. I encourage you, please ask questions down below. I'll answer them next week. Please support this message by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell for more videos and other stuff I post all week, and share this with someone else. I'd really appreciate you guys for doing that. Thank you. Have a beautiful week. Love yourself first. Bye, guys.